Hello, everyone. Today the DC Multiverse Batman and Ace the Bat Hound. I've done a couple of these McFarlane figure reviews. I recently did one for Hugo Strange. Did terribly, but I like Batman, and quite frankly, I wanted this guy. So we're gonna take a look at it. Box standard DC Multiverse box here. That Ace looks huge. In the box, he looks enormous. 12 plus right here. A little detail on the top there. DC Multiverse Batman Ace the Bat Hound on the side here. Same thing. Scan a QR code. You can go to the DC Universe app or whatever. I don't think it gives you a comic, but you can go there. Same thing on the back here. The cover, or at least the interior for the issue where Ace first appears from the 50s. Ace Batman on the side here. Nothing crazy. Legalese in the bottom. Yeah, let's get it open. I want to look at this thing. All right, and there's the McFarlane Batman and Ace the Bat Hound Silver Age version out of the packaging. And I have to say, I really like this guy. I really do. I've always been kind of iffy on the McFarlane figures. Oh, my stand just died. Whoops. We'll have to do without the spinny base for the rest of the video then. But I've always been kind of iffy on the McFarlane figures. I've just, the scaling is weird, and just like some of the designs are off, and you know that if you've watched the Hugo Strange video. But I really, really like this one, and that might be because I'm a sucker for the 50s era Batman, the Dick Sprang sort of styled Batman, very bright colors, very vibrant, huge, bombastic. I'm very much a sucker for that. So this really, really does something good for me, because I have the Three Jokers Batman, which is a very more modern, more standard version of Batman. I have the Dark Knight Returns armor suit Batman, which is a very, very particular also, and I have that the Speeding Bullet Superman, which is barely Batman. But this is a classic, very standard, original recipe Batman. The way it could get more original was with purple. But I really, really like the look of this guy, I gotta say. So let's get him off the not-so-spinny base and take a look at him. And I gotta say, this guy is really good. I do not know the body of which this is using, because I have not collected a lot of McFarlane figures, but to me, this is new. This is fun. This is new. I'm sure for a lot of you, this is old hat, but for me, I'm very excited to get my hands on something that I didn't really expect to like or talk about. But here we are with this very, very nice looking Batman. I gotta say, the gray is a perfect shade of gray. There's a little bit of purple in there. I don't know how well it's being picked up, but there's a little bit of purple in there. The blue is a perfect shade, a very light, colorful blue. The fact that he's got the painted on blue eyebrows, like the 66 Adam West Batman, the yellow belt buckle, the fact that the trunks are drawn, or at least they're molded in black with hints of blue, so that way it adds the visual of depth and color. The bright blue gloves here, which the gauntlets are a little messed up, but that is to be expected with most Batman figures. The very blue boots, and this cape, good lord, this cape. I thought the last one that I had, the Hugo Strange, was huge. This cape is gigantic. This is an enormous cape, and I love it. I think it's great. I love it. I love it some of the time. This is one of the things. I really, really like the capes, these ones that I've seen that McFarlane has done, specifically this one and the Hugo Strange, and I keep bringing that one up because it's the only other Batman that I have that has a molded cape like that. But I like it for posing and for just the fact that it's real and it's there and you could feel it and you could touch it. But there are some times where I'm like, I want this to sit in one particular position and not be flown out everywhere and not get in the way of other things. So sometimes I do like the molded capes. That is, I'm iffy like that. I don't always like the cloth ones because cloth never quite lays right on plastic figures just because of the size and the weight, because cloth weighs a certain way because of how much it weighs. So when you have it on a figure like this, it tends to be very, very light and airy. And it feels less like cloth and feels more like, like a paper towel, if you know what I mean. But this one, I gotta say, looks really nice. I think it's just because of this shade of blue and the way that it catches light. It's like, you see how it glistens and it shines like a mirror. It's really, really nice. And the wiring here makes you have you get a lot of motion here. You can get into a lot of different poses and a lot of different styles and everything like that. You can get it laying flat-ish, and you can get it laying out a bit more. The only thing I don't like is that you can see the creases here. It makes it like, it's just like it messes it up a little bit and messes up that perfect visual that I'm looking for. But like everything else about it, I gotta say it's outstanding. It's incredibly impressive. I really like this one. And again, I am a sucker for this specific, very specific Batman. And also, I've seen that Todd has put out other versions of this Batman in different colors to emulate that one cover where he's got the 50 different bat suits. So, which, I mean, like, that is brilliant for an easy repaint. Just so smart. Got a Batman, put it out in 50 different bat suits. Perfect, brilliant, easy, print money. I probably won't print money, but it'll take up shelf space, and that's almost as important as printing money. As for articulation, head can look up that far. Look pretty far up, actually. Down, not very far. Head is, it's on a ball joint. There's no neck swivel here. Butterfly joints, which have actually a decently nice range of motion here. Really, really nice. You get a lot of flow there. Better than classified figures, I'll say that much. Much better. Shouldering up that far, so we're at the shoulder. Double jointed. Pinned arms, because McFarlane don't do pinless. And quite frankly, I don't mind. Pinless have never really been a problem for me. The only problem I had with pins was on the Marvel Legends line because the joints would be real loosey. These ones, not very loosey. Very tight goosey. Hand can go up and down and side to side because it's on a ball joint as well as a swivel. Oh, not a ball joint, hinge as well as a swivel. So you get a lot of motion there. Ball at the waist, ball at the lower torso. No drop down hips. Use of those in classified. Rubber cloth overlay for the pants here, so you can actually get them to kick forward and back, and it doesn't mess up the sculpt or anything. Double pin knees, can't kick his own butt. There is no there's no calf swivel, but there is a swivel here at the very bottom here at the ankle. Foot can go up, down, and delightful toe joints. So basically everything that you would expect with a McFarlane figure, as far as I know. As for accessories, you can see he has here a set of punching hands, a set of admittedly slightly weird-looking clawing hands. I don't know. Some of them just don't look right. I don't know if these are meant to go with this figure, but like some of them don't look right. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because of they look like big old sausage fingers, and they look less like gloves and more just like large fingers. And actually, that might be a nail there. So these might actually just be hands painted blue, which in which case is very, very weird. And I don't like how the middle finger's the biggest one, and it's just something weird about it. And I don't like it. It's strange. He also comes with a set of grabby hands with which you can use to grab onto a Batarang. Specifically, a version of the Batarang that is from 1989. There's a hair there. There's a hair there. That is used for the 80. This is mold for the 89 Batarang. I recognize it so clearly. This is the 89 one. And he can hold it fairly well. It's a little, I don't know. You got to angle it right. And sometimes, just like, I don't know. It depends on how you want to have Batman hold your Batarang. He's not going to hold it probably exactly how you want it all the times. But overall, it's not bad. He holds it pretty well. And perhaps the most important and best accessory, he comes with a dog. Specifically Ace the Bat Hound. I think I might be spoiled ever so slightly with the G.I. Joe Classified line because this boy, just a big old hunkin' chunk of plastic. No mold, no bending hands or anything. Can't even swivel the head a little bit, open the mouth, no nothing. Just a big old honkin' chunk of plastic. But I quite like it. I don't know. It's nice having the dog. It's nice having Ace. I love Ace. He's got his little hood on and everything so he can hide his secret dog identity. He's got a little collar there with a bat, like a little bat tag, and that's adorable. I don't know. Just a cute dog. Just a big old dog. And I'll tell you something, he is a big dog too. Like, that is not a small dog. That's a proper German Shepherd. That is a big old dog. Actually, I don't know if he's a German Shepherd. Whatever the right breed of dog is, it'll be on screen. But I think it's a German Shepherd. It might be something different because I don't know how popular German Shepherds were in the 1950s. But I gotta say, I like it. And I'm kind of in the accessory because, again, he's just a big piece of plastic. So yeah, he's just an accessory. Sorry, Ace. And the last two and most boring accessories is, of course, your standard DC Multiverse McFarlane stand. So you can just have somebody stand on that. And, of course, these trading cards or collectible cards. I don't know if anybody's trading these. But it does have a Detective Comics number 254 on the cover, which is very nice. This is not the first appearance of Ace, but it is still an appearance of Ace. So I can see why that shows that because Ace is bright on the cover. That does not look a lot like the Batman we got. That Batman is wearing shorts. He's not wearing underpants. He's wearing shorts over those pants. But on the back here, Ace Batman, Batman Silver Age, the name Bruce Wayne. 1950s was a decade of change for the Dark Knight Detective trademark. One that introduced new friends and foes. These tales include the debuts of Ace the Bat Hound, Deadshot, the original Batwoman, Kathy Kane, Mr. Zero, who would go on to the greater fame as the nefarious Mr. Freeze, the original Red Hood, and the pesky interdimensional pixie known as Batmite. This was also a great era of inventiveness, with tales revealed how Batman's own father, Thomas Wayne, was once a Batman himself, how Batman became a Superman-like hero on the planet Zur-Anar, the secrets of Batman's utility belt, and the introduction of an all-new Batmobile. A much better Batmobile, because the original whip, 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 whip. The original Batmobile was just a big red car. No, not that big red car. Different big red car. But it was just a big car. And so this was around the time when they actually introduced a Batmobile that looked kind of something like how you imagine the Batmobile now. Not quite the same. Very different. But yeah, those are the accessories that come with this figure. As for size comparison, here he is next to the Hugo Strange Batman. And I think this guy is a little bit taller. I think he is. I think he's a little bit taller. He doesn't want to stand right either. But I gotta say, this shows you the visual difference alone between the 1950s and the 1980s. But I love this figure as well. I think it's great. Here he is next to scale to a classified figure, and you can see the big size difference between these guys because, yeah, I usually collect classified figures. So you can see how I'm used to the, I guess you could say, smaller figures. They're still relatively normal sized figures, just the McFarlane ones, because it's old Uncle Todd, he's got to make them a little bigger. And here is something that I haven't uploaded yet, but I did film a review for the Black Series Captain Rex figure, because May the 4th is coming up, and I like Star Wars. I don't talk about it a lot, but I do like Star Wars. And man, the Black Series figures are shorter than the classified figures, which means they are much shorter than the McFarlane figures. So yeah, yeesh. And lastly, another McFarlane figure I have that I will be reviewing soon is Sergeant Rock, who is bigger than all of them, because that is a big, big man. We'll talk about him at some point, though. So yeah, there is the Ace the Bat Hound and Batman 2-pack figure. I guess it's a 2-pack. It's one of them's a figure, one of them is a statue. Also, imagine the spinny base is spinning. Ooh, movement, because the battery's dead. So just imagine. Use imagination. But I gotta say, I really like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I am liking the McFarlane figures more and more as I touch on more of them, which is a shame because the line's probably gonna be dead soon. But I gotta say, with what I've got so far, I'm enjoying it, and I'm just enjoying the ride for what I have. So if you like these, let me know. I'll make more of them. My Hugo Strange video did terribly, so I'm not expecting this to go very well at all. But it's my channel, and I'll do what I want. You can't tell me what to do, Mom. So yeah, hope you liked this. If you did, I'll see you next time on whatever I do next. Probably a G.I. Joe video, because I gotta balance out these numbers somehow. I gotta like make the algorithm like me a little more. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Not Yo Joe, because this is not a G.I. Joe video. Think of something else.